Yo, what is up guys and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And today, oh, I got an absolute banger for you guys because I got you Lonelykid again playing Fiora in the Baron lane. And let me tell you right now that Fiora is still one of the strongest Baron laners in the game, but she's not easy to play. Like she's hard to play. And in today's video, we're gonna be watching at how Lonelykid plays her. I got his build as well. However, I changed up some things in the runes and let's just talk about the build first. If you just want to watch the gameplay, there's of course timestamps in the description to skip to the gameplay. So, well, you can build Fiora in many different ways. Okay, let that be clear. You can build a Manam Yune. You can start with a Blade of the Rune King. You can do a lot of different things. But if you want to be safe, like there's really one way of building Fiora that is always gonna, be safe. Which is starting off with either a Divine Sunderer or a Trinity Force. The rest of the build doesn't change. It's very simple. You go Trinity Force against squishy enemies. You go Divine Sunderer against tankier enemies. However, a thing that you want to keep in mind is generally Divine Sunderer is a better item on Fiora because the healing is amazing. Like generally you'll really want to try to go for Divine Sunderer. Really want to try to go for it. Like if the enemy only has one tank in the Baron lane, you'll go Divine Sunderer because you want to win your lane. Like if they only have a few tanks already, try to go for the Divine Sunderer. Of course, if they don't have any tanks at all, or only like a minor tank, then you go for the Trinity Force. But my point being is really try to convince yourself to go Divine Sunderer in your game, because generally it's gonna be better. For the boots, it's situational. Armor boots are generally gonna be the best ones. Mercury's threats can be good. However, Mercury's threats are only gonna be good on Fiora if the enemy really has a lot of CC. Because, for example, if they only have like an Ashe or something, you can block Ashe Arrow with your second ability, with the Riposte, right? They only have like a few major CC abilities. You need to block them with your second ability. Like, remember I told you, playing Fiora is not simple. You have to be good at the champion. Because if you're able to block it with the Riposte, you can get away with getting other boots, like the Plated Steel Caps, like the Glutinous Griefs. For the enchantment, Protobelt, yet again, for the skilled Fiora players, Protobelt is always gonna be better. Literally always. Like these are so unbelievably good. Because Protobelt can proc the passive. I'm not sure what it's called. I forgot what it's called, but your passive, the light, it can proc it. So you can proc it, you can proc your ultimate very fast with the Protobelt. Otherwise, stasis is fine. Teleport can be good if you're split pushing and you want to teleport to your team. Second item is always going to be a Blade of the Rune King. I used to say that this was situational. You can go for Death's Dance, Derek's Cage, etc. However, like after playing quite a lot of Fiora myself, I realized like Blade of the Rune King is so good for Fiora's playstyle that you really always want to get it as your second item. Even if the enemy is not very tanky, because the healing is great. Sure, you become squishy, sure, but your damage, your one-on-one damage is unrivaled. And the whole point of Fiora is one-on-one, right? Like your playstyle needs to be revolved around playing one-on-one, split pushing, catching out enemies one-on-one, maybe even 1v2, right? Like that's the point of Fiora. It's not going into team fights. That's not the point of Fiora. It's one-on-one, so you want to be building accordingly towards that. And then your third item is going to be a Hull Breaker. This is situational. You can skip the Hull Breaker if in the game there's a lot of team fights happening. However, 90% of the times you're gonna have to split push, right? And those 90% of the times you get the Hull Breaker and you split push. If you skip it out, just build a Death's Dance or a Derek's Cage, and then as your last item you go for Guardian Angel. This is if you skip it out. Don't skip it out, go for the Hull Breaker, and then here it's situational as well. There's multiple items you can go for. Death's Dance is always good. If you don't know what to build a Death's Dance. The enemy has a lot of magic damage. You can you can build Spirit Visage. This is actually pretty good as well because it increases healing. However, what I like better is Maw of Mormortius. Because Maw of Mormortius is really nice if you get to a low amount of HP. However, if you buy a Maw of Mormortius, be careful. Do not buy a Derek's Cage as well because the passives don't stack. Keep that in mind. Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel can be good if the enemy has like a Rangar or like any sort of attack damage type of champion that can almost one-shot you, which is very unlikely when you're playing Fiora, but you can go for it. I don't recommend it if you have a Hull Breaker though. Like if you have a Hull Breaker, don't go for a Guardian Angel. Just go for these other defensive items. Now for the runes, Lonelykid goes for Conqueror. So this is what Lonelykid goes for. However, I always go for Grasp of the Undying for the lane. Conqueror is basically better during team fighting. Is basically better during like an all-out fight. Grasp of the Undying is better to bully your enemy in lane. Now it's up to you what you want more. You want to bully the enemy in lane and have an easy lane, you go for Grasp with the Undying. If you're confident in your ability and you don't feel like you need to bully the enemy and you just want to be stronger in the late game or in the early game 1v1s, Conqueror is going to be better. Also during teamfights, Conqueror is going to be better. So second rune, I go for Brutal. Your first ability applies on-hit effects. Your third ability gives you fast attack speed. So you can do a lot of damage with the Brutal. So Brutal is great on Fiora. However, you can also go for Triumph. You can go for Hunter Vampirism if you want the healing as well. Hunter Vampirism I don't really recommend, however. Because with Hunter Vampirism, you are forced to rotate a few times. Because you have to get kills or assists to, to activate the rune. So Triumph, like as I said, Triumph is fine. Giant Slayer is really, really good if the enemy has a lot of tanks. Divine Sunderer plus Giant Slayer, you will destroy him. However, always the safe rune is going to be Brutal. Third rune is going to be Bone Plating. Bone Plating is just amazing in the early game. However, if you feel like you don't need it, you can also go for another rune, like Adaptive Carapace or something. Because remember, you do have your Riposte, which is your second ability, which, could take away the point of Bone Plating. Because you can block a lot of burst damage with it, right? Fourth rune, Demolish, because you want to demolish turrets fast. You get that kill, you just destroy the turret with Demolish. For the spells, you go for Flash and Ignite. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. Alright. The sound should be good. I'm curious to see how Lonelykid plays Fiora, man. Because we all know what kind of a beast this player is, right? Like we've all seen it. I saw a lot of comments asking for his gameplay again. So here I present to you guys yet again Lonelykid. I was uploading some other gameplays and my own gameplay because I really uploaded a lot of Lonelykid gameplay. So I wanted to take a bit of a break from it. But it really seems like you guys absolutely loved his gameplay. So let's take a look at how he plays Fiora. Because Fiora is one of the hardest champions in the game, right? Like, she's definitely one of the hardest champions in the game. Right here, so I want you guys to understand something when you play the game. Like right here, he went on set, but he got very important information just from this engage. Take a look at what it is. Boom. You can see that Set has bone plating. He got the information here that Set has bone plating. So he should be careful of going in and trying to do short trades with the Set. Like now he can trade with him, sure. But doing short trades, he needs to be a bit careful. And let me give you more advice. Lonelykid can actually tell the cooldown of Set's bone plating because it's pretty much going to be the same as his bone plating. When he goes on the Set is going to hit him too. Both bone platings are going to go on a cooldown. So in like 3 seconds, Set is going to have bone plating again. So like now he doesn't have bone plating, but now he has it, you see? That's what I'm trying to say. So you can tell what the... you can flash to him. Oh, come on. You should have flashed to him. Or ignited him. You know what? It was probably too risky. If he flashed to him, he would have 100% killed him. But he would have probably died. It would have been hard for him to escape through the backside of the turret. So now he knows Set doesn't have the bone plating, right? Like these are all some small things you can... Ooh, if he blocked that one, I still think he's gonna kill him because Set doesn't have a flash. Exactly. That was a really easy kill because Set was overextending. Because Set already used his flash. Lonelykid still had his flash. So Set made a major mistake by overextending. He should have known that Lonelykid still has a flash and can just easily kill him and chase him if he has to. Let's see if he has Demolish. I wonder if Lonelykid goes for Demolish. I think he does, because you can see the Demolish thing on the turret. So he could try to... Yeah, exactly. Demolish is just way too good on Fiora. So now he procs Demolish. Unfortunately, doesn't get a turret plate, but it's fine. Actually, he did get the turret plate. Oh my god. The minions got it. So, what are these lights called on Fiora? Wait, let me actually quickly look it up on my phone, because if every time I say it like this, it's pretty stupid. Oh, wait, what? If he procs that, come on. Nice. You can stay within the heal and outdamage him here. Exactly. This is the beauty of Fiora's ultimate. But let me quickly look it up what it is. Fiora passive. Vital. It's Vitals. That's what it was. Now I remember. He could try to proc Demolish again? Ah, never mind. Riven is here. Yeah, now he needs to go back. Oh, God. Riven... Okay, so... Honestly, I would say he made a mistake here by not using Riposte. Because... Actually, no, sorry. Riven already flashed. Let me give you an example. Let's say Riven hasn't flashed yet right here, okay? Riven did flash, but let's say she hasn't flashed yet. If she does this... And uses her ultimate like this... And is gonna use her third jump... You should use your Riposte regardless of her being too far away. Because if she hasn't flashed yet, she's gonna flash combo her first ability on top of you, and if, if you don't riposte it, you're gonna die. However, Lonelykid knew she didn't have a flash up, so he didn't riposte, as you can see. He's probably gonna riposte now. Exactly, you see? Perfect. Perfect timing. He doesn't get outplayed by these random players. Of course, that's not gonna happen, guys. He's really close to a Divine Sunderer right now. Really, really close. There we go. He has it. Now, now, because he's so ahead, basically Seth cannot step up at all. He cannot step up at all, and he's just gonna destroy him. And when you get that Divine Sunderer, the game changes, because besides the healing you get when you hit a Vital, you're also gonna heal every time you just attack the enemy. Like, every time you proc the Sheen, you're gonna be healing up like crazy. So, he can very easily trade with this set right now. Very, very... Lonelykid had none of it. He didn't want to dive him like that. Lonelykid wanted to freeze the lane here, as you can see. He would have probably killed the set by himself. So Gragas kind of ruined it for him. You can ult set right here. Exactly. That's an easy kill. And he's going to be able to fight Riven too, because he's going to get healed by his ultimate. Look at the Divine Sunderer, by the way, guys. Look at the Divine Sunderer. The damage and just the healing. You see that? Absolutely ridiculous how strong the Divine Sunderer is on Fiora. What he can do now is take the heal, you know, the Honey Fruit, push another stack of the turret because he has Demolish. Remember how good Demolish is on Fiora. And push another wave, and then he could possibly go back and get his boots. Like, look, he got another turret plate. He's gonna push the wave, and I'm gonna expect him to go back. Maybe he could get even another plate, and then he's gonna go back. Exactly, he's going for one more plate. Plate. Nice, and now he can go back. There you go. It's like, I can see what he's gonna do. I haven't seen this game yet, by the way. This is my first time reacting to his game. But I can tell what he's gonna do, right, in situations like that. And if you could tell as well, like if you in your... You know what? I want to give you guys an exercise. Actually, I want to give you guys an exercise. If you truly want to get good at Wild Rift, the way you can improve the best, because this is what I did as well at some point, is watch a really good player. Like, I'm saying really good. You know, like, I'm good, but... Like, I hate to say it, but I don't recommend you to watch me playing the game. Well, you know what? I'm actually good enough for this as well, but there are better players. Like Lonelykid, for example. Andres Zed. Any other players that I recommend? Players like Leon, for example. Just these very, very good, like pro players. Not just pro players, the best of the pro players. Watch them play the game. And don't pay too much attention to their micro gameplay. So don't pay too much attention to their flash combos and things like that. The only thing you want to pay attention to is their calls. What are they doing in the game? Like now, while I'm watching this game, you'll want to try to predict what he's going to do. Like right now, I'm going to say, for example, okay, I'm not predicting, but for example, Lonelykid is going to rotate to mid lane after this. Or Lonelykid is going to go back and go to the dragon. Or Lonelykid is going to fight the Pyke in a 1 versus 2 here because Fiora is very strong. You'll want to try to predict it, you know, this is what I would do, that's what you say. And then you see what the pro player is going to do. And 99 out of 10 times, the pro player is going to do the right call, of course. Beautiful flash combo right here, by the way. So you're going to learn a lot. Like, for example, if you would have said right here by yourself, like, for example, if you would have said, I'm going to take the turret, and then I'm going to go back and help my team at the dragon. That's a mistake. Lonelykid didn't do that. Lonelykid stayed because he understood that he can very easily win any 1v1, hell, even any 1v2, because he's so ahead in the game. So tell yourself, what would I do right here? You know, if you said I would go back to the dragon, wrong. That's wrong. You need to learn, if you're ahead as a Baron laner, like really ahead, you shouldn't really rotate to the dragon in a situation like this. You can just fight them. You can fight them in a 1v1, 1v2, maybe even a 1v3, you know? Because Baron laners are very, very strong in these types of fights if they're ahead. If you're an ADC, for example, you're not gonna win this. Because even though you're an ADC and you're ahead, you have a lot of damage, but you're squishy. But when you play a bruiser in the Baron, you know, like Sett, like Fiora, like Riven, Aatrox, like all these bruisers, you're gonna win these 1v2s if you're ahead. So generally, the best call is going to be to stay in your lane and keep fighting, right? So I want you guys to try to do that sometimes, you know, especially when I make the videos with Andres, Sett, and Lonelykid, because Trust is a really, really good player too. But these two are the best, like the best in their roles. Like, and I really recommend you to do this exercise. I only recommend you to do it if you want to become like challenger rank. If you're just watching for entertainment, of course, just lay back and enjoy the video. But if you truly want to improve from videos, that's the best exercise you can do. That's definitely by far the best exercise. Here you can see the Set just doesn't even put up a fight because he knows that he's dead. And this Set is being very stupid because Set needs to stay under his turret. If there is a Fiora that's so ahead, like you can't even get out of your turret. Hell, you should probably not even stay under your turret by yourself because Fiora is gonna dive you and kill you. You need your teammates to gank. Just take a look at what Lonelykid does right here. He could rotate to the middle. Exactly, you see? Like, I'm doing the same. I do this same exercise while making this video and present it to you guys. I say what I think and then we see what they do. Like, yeah. So here, the reason that he's fighting is because he knows where a lot of the enemies are. Now he has to be a bit careful though, because they were missing from the map. But he had already fought for a long enough time to kill the Yasuo. However, this was really, really risky to do because the enemies went missing and he still took the fight with the Yasuo. Yeah. Oh. Heal. Oh, yeah, okay, he died. See, so he took the risk to fight the Yasuo, but it didn't pay off because the enemies went missing and he still decided to fight. So he did make a mistake here. Like, here he did make the mistake. Tristana is split pushing though. Like, look at this Tristana. She's just split pushing the bot lane. There's a good Yone ultimate. The Gragas, his team is not doing too well, but it's fine. Oh, Yasuo already has his ultimate? He just used it on Lonelykid. What the hell? He literally just used it, remember? Wow. That's a really low cooldown. Maybe I should make a Yasuo video sometime soon. Yeah, yeah, you know what? I'll make a Yasuo video sometime soon. I'll ask the players to record a Yasuo video. Because I know all of them are really good at Yasuo. It's funny, like Trust, Andres, and Lonelykid are all three of them are insanely good at Yasuo. Yeah, he puts a ward down just so he knows, just so he has good vision of the enemy jungle. And now again, he's gonna be alone. Like, this is the playstyle you need when you play Fiora. Even if there's no turrets to push, you generally want to be alone. Right here, he's going for the gank because he's not like, he can run away if the enemies stumble upon him. However, if he ganks him, the Gragas actually screwed up, but it's fine. He used his flash to get the kill. You really want to learn the flash combo, of course, with Fiora when you play her. You know, flash with your first ability. I'm not gonna explain to you guys too much about it because I've done it already during my other Fiora videos. Basically, you use your first ability, and before you land the first ability, you will flash instantly to the enemy, and you'll hit it wherever you land. Like, you can hit a vital behind the enemy, you flash behind them right after you use your first ability. Do it in practice mode, and you'll learn it. Like, that's all I have to say to you guys. So he has the Hull Breaker now, and now he really needs to go split pushing because I don't even think the enemies win a 3 versus 1 against him. Like, it's actually gonna be a close fight, the 3 versus 1. If he is alone with the Hull Breaker. If he doesn't have the Hull Breaker, you know he's gonna lose. But because of the Hull Breaker, he's even tankier. And the minions are actually gonna help him. The minions are quite helpful when you have a Hull Breaker. Because they do a lot of damage as well when you're fighting under them. Right here, Set is just trying to farm the jungle peacefully, guys. But unfortunately, Lonelykid has some other plans, as you can see. He's being very greedy about his ultimate. Look at this, is 1v5 by the way. 1v5 is a bit too much. If it was a 1 versus 3, he would have probably won. Like, if he procced his ultimate on someone, he would have won the 1 versus 3. But 1v5 is a bit too much. However, he still got a kill, so it's okay. It's fine. By the way, guys, make sure you give the video a like if you're enjoying it. Really supports the channel and all that kind of stuff. So, if you want to, give the video a like. My hair looks like trash. Wow. Oh, fitness update. So, I've been... I'm doing heavier lifting now, just to kind of test my limit. And I realized I got so much stronger than before. Like, than ever before. Because in 2019, I used to work out like crazy. I was pretty strong. I was very, very athletic. My body was very athletic. I could do backflips and stuff, you know. However, I was not as strong as I am now. I'm hella strong now. Like, I got nearly twice as strong as when I was like ultra skinny. Crazy, like I'm lifting weights that I never even thought I could get off the ground. It's ridiculous. Like, even I was surprised on myself, like, what the hell, did I just lift this? Me? Because I have a very athletic body, not necessarily a strong posture. Because, you know, you have some people that are really strong, you know, like super wide shoulders and just a lot of mass, It can be muscle and fat. For me, it's more like I'm athletic. Like, as I said, I'm the guy that can do backflips and stuff, you know, I'm the guy that can do pull-ups very easily and that kind of stuff, right? Like, I'm that guy. So for me to see that I'm actually, you know, I'm having good bench presses. I'm lifting a lot of weight. I'm doing, you know, I'm just lifting a lot of weight. It's really nice to see. But it's also because I gained like 8 kilograms of almost pure muscle. I like, it's going really well. And I had another idea in the back of my mind. I know what nah. It's like a business idea, but I don't want to tell you guys about it. Yeah. It's too early for me to tell you. Maybe. If I follow through with this idea, I'll tell you about it. It's completely outside of Wild Rift. It's like a real life business idea that I'm thinking about, but yeah. Me? Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you about it. No. It's not the time. He got a kill, now he needs to run. He's probably not gonna be able to run. I don't think he can run from this. He's really dodging stuff, but like, it's too much. Normally he would probably be able to fight them. I actually think he would win this 1v3, but he had no mana. And this is why a mana Mune can be good on Fiora. If you don't want to backport too much, mana Mune is great. But I still don't recommend mana Mune, because it's just meh. It's just a meh. It takes long to come online, and like, sure, you can spam your ability, sure, you won't run out of mana, but you can also just backport, right? Like, and you'll get better items than a mana Mune. He has 4 items now, by the way. He has a Death's Dance as well. Oh, no, Morgana, no, she took the red buff. The Morgana support took the red buff. Oh, what are these players? Oh my god. Morgana support took the red buff from Lonelykid right there. This is why I get mad from Wild Rift. This is why I get mad, guys. Is he gonna catch him? It's not gonna be an easy catch. He doesn't have flash or anything. Right post. Oh, he missed his right post. You see, you screw up one thing on Fiora and you completely lose the fight. One thing, you just have to screw up one thing, which is the right post, for example, right here, and you'll just get decimated. Because if he did right post that, he would have stunned the Pyke, procced his ultimate on the Pyke, killed the Pyke, and healed up and maybe won the 1 versus 3. But because he screwed up the right post, he actually wasn't able to win that fight right there. You see, like, that's the thing with Fiora. It's like super high risk, super high reward. It's like as if you're walking over a very tiny path above like mountains. You know, if you fall down, you die. But if you reach the end goal, you get like a massive treasure. That's what it's like to play Fiora, right? You're walking, trying to balance yourself. You have to do everything right. You know, if you move one finger wrong, you're gonna go off balance and fall off the cliff. But if you don't fall off, and if you walk down the path on this very small trajectory, you're gonna get a massive reward. You're gonna take it all home. That's a good metaphor of what it's like to play Fiora. And you have to have a strong heart to play Fiora as well. Like, you shouldn't get tilted. You need to understand this. Like right here, this is looking like a bit of a better engage. And as you can see, there it is. You see, you do the right thing, you're gonna win easily on Fiora. It's not easy to do the right thing on Fiora. Like, that was a beautiful flash right post, but that's what it takes to play Fiora. Right here, you can actually ignore the Yasuo. Yasuo doesn't do too much damage. He can just push the turret, block the tornado. Exactly. Like here, yet again, he did the right thing, you see? He pushed the turret and he didn't really take any damage for it. Because he did the right thing. He made the right plays happen. And he blocked the tornado, you see? It's really... Well, I wanted to say it's as simple as that, but it's not as simple as that. Oh. See, even this, like, if he didn't do it like this, if he didn't hit the vital, Riven could have survived. Because Riven, like, if you look closely, let me show you. Like, his timing was perfect, because Riven used her third ability to get a barrier, but he timed it so fast and so perfectly that Riven was not even able to get her barrier before Fiora hit him. So, like, again, really, really high skill champion right here. It's an ultimate and easy peasy kill. Look at this. And now he's not afraid anymore. Again, that was not a good right post. And as you can see, he almost died. He actually did die. You see? He screws up one right post. One right post. And keep in mind, I'm saying screws up, but it's really hard to hit those right posts. You know, it's... Of course, you have to predict the enemy. So it's really, really hard to hit those types of things. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let's take a look at how much damage he did and everything like that. Just scrolling to it. This is a bit of an old video, by the way, that he uploaded. This was still like 3 weeks ago or something. So that's why it's in a bit of lower rank. 37.1 thousand damage. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.